I'm here in a park slash garden in Hung Hom slash Homantin, Hong Kong, and I'm going to walk to a different park in Homantin that I go to almost every day for exercise and other things, and I'm going to show you things along the way. So on the left coming up, that's one student dormitory for the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. This building. And that way is towards the Cross Harbor Tunnel. And that's a tunnel that goes from Kowloon to Hong Kong Island. And you can actually see some buildings down that way that are actually on Hong Kong Island. They're a bit far away. At least I think that's, it could be the tunnel's a bit further down, but anyway, Hong Kong Island is that way. And certainly there's a super tall building down that way. You can barely see that it is definitely on Hong Kong Island. Okay. And yeah, so this is quite a scenic view in my opinion. And every day when I run up here, it's quite good exercise because it's very hilly. It's quite steep. And this here, on walking past, this is a seafood truck. So it's got fish in the back and other seafood. And you can see the incline of this hill. It's quite steep. And there's a lot of sports cars and other expensive types of cars here in Hong Kong. Quite a lot of rich people here. A lot of them like to show off. And on the left here is a bunch of construction going on. And this sign behind me, this is a sign towards different parts of Hong Kong. We're currently in Kowloon. And anyway, so if you're driving here, different ways to get to different parts. This here is a MTR station, Homantin MTR station, and that symbol with the red oval and I don't know what that is in white, those two together are the symbol of the MTR. Okay, now we're finally going to be walking into the park. have quite a lot of stairs to walk up. I finally was able to run from my flat all the way up here, up all these stairs. So increased my endurance a little bit, but certainly running up all these stairs is very tiring, and often my quads are burning after I finish the last of the stairs. So one thing I really like about Hong Kong is that they have really good urban planning. So unlike a lot of other places, which would basically chop down all the trees and just have buildings everywhere, they seem to have really good planning, as I mentioned. And of course, if you're going to have nice parks like this, it takes a lot of cooperation between different groups. So good planning. So I think it's a great compromise. Sure, the housing is quite expensive and often you'll get a small flat, but you have lots of things to do and see when you walk around. So now we're in the park. And yeah, I really love this park. Some days when I'm feeling down, this is a great place to go and just calm down or meditate or just think or even read. And if you see the design here, which is quite nice, this is good to prevent flooding because they get typhoons, lots of raining often. So Hong Kong is quite well prepared for typhoons and other heavy rains. So I definitely like this area, all the benches, and there's not many people around here. So even though I'm not running, it still was a bit of a workout to walk up here, and it's in the afternoon right now. It's quite hot out, so that adds to the difficulty. Now I'm going to show you a part of the park that I rarely go to, which is part of one of the running tracks, but they also have nice sort of exercise equipment. And here you can see some sort of vending machine, different drinks. This here is a Japanese drink, which I first saw in Singapore. So Pocari Sweat. I think it's a somewhat tasty drink, but I think the name is quite disgusting actually. The idea I'm going to be drinking sweat. And yeah, you can see here the sides of the hills. I'm not sure what the material is, but also it's well designed for heavy rains. And as I've mentioned, This place has some nice exercise equipment. So here, I guess it's called the sitting out area, Hung Hom East sitting out area, and it has a sign in Chinese and in English of different exercise machines. And here we get a really nice view of well, first I'll show you this running track area. So as I mentioned, I don't come here very often because I just run in other places, but it does have some nice exercise equipment, and the track is also nice. So here, Tai Chi wheels, I rarely use those, but anyway, they're nice. When I did come here once in a while, I would often use these sort of pull-down machines, or do some pull-ups, working on my back or working on my, my arms. This kind of machine. And yeah, so we're lucky that there's not many people here. I guess it could be also that it's quite hot outside. But this is a nice place to exercise or just come with a friend. Now I want to show you the amazing view I was mentioning. I think it's amazing. So you can see the water out there. The water is actually Victoria Harbor, which separates Kowloon from Hong Kong Island. And of course, a lot of the super tall buildings are on Hong Kong Island. So we get a view of Hong Kong Island, and I think down that way it could be a place called Tsim Sha Tsui. It's also it's part of Kowloon, but it's pretty famous. And yeah, so I do think this is quite an amazing view. And again, that building there that I'm pointing to, that's some student dormitories from the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. And I think a lot of the buildings for the Hong Kong Polytechnic they're closer to Hong Kong Island, but they have scattered buildings all around. So if you actually go to the Hung Hom MTR station, there's quite a lot of buildings for the Hong Kong Polytechnic there. And of course that's right next to the place called the Cross Harbour Tunnel. So we're just going to walk around for a little bit more, show you some views. See this park here. And although I mentioned that this is a really nice park, Hong Kong has quite a lot of these types of parks. Scattered all over the place. But this one I think is quite unique in that it's right above an MTR station. I don't know many others that are like that. Okay, so lastly, we're gonna show you more parts of the park. So this is another area of the park I really like. And on the left here is a football field, I think. Yeah, you can see the goals there. Football / soccer. And this area is actually a little bit better than down that a ways, because there's usually fewer people here. So it's good for just resting or sitting down, thinking. And you can see some of the workers cutting the grass. And now we're coming to near the end of the park, but there's always more interesting stuff to see. Well, actually there's a bit we could walk up there, but I'm a bit tired, so I wanted to show you this part. So this is an area that's probably good for parents and little kids, grandparents. In the mornings, you often see a lot of old people doing Tai Chi, stuff like that, dancing around. And across the street here, some construction going on. And a few days ago I came here a bit later, around maybe 1 or 2 p.m. and there was a lot of construction workers that were just laying on the ground here in the shade. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This was going from Hung Hom and the Ho Man Tin area. We started out at a garden park and we walked up to a different park above an MTR station in Ho Man Tin, Kowloon, Hong Kong. I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is Justin from allinonlife.com.